They say when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. But what if your whole life has been about struggle, hunger, and failure? Can one change of thought really change your destiny? This is the story of a beggar who proved that it can. A man who went from begging for coins to earning respect, all because he changed one thing: his mindset. In a small, dusty town lived a beggar named Arif. Every morning, he sat near the main market with an old bowl beside him, his torn clothes covered in dust and his weak voice echoing, "Please, help me, just one coin." People passed by. Some gave him money, most ignored him. But one thing never changed: Arif's hopeless eyes. He believed life had given him nothing, and that he could do nothing to change it. Every evening, he counted his few coins, ate a piece of dry bread, and slept in the same corner of the street. To him, tomorrow was just another day to survive. One afternoon, as the market was closing, an old man stopped near Arif. He was dressed simply, with a kind face and gentle eyes. He looked at Arif and asked softly, "Why do you beg, my son?" Arif sighed and replied, "Because I'm poor, sir. Because life is unfair. Because I have no education, no home, no chance." The old man smiled and said something Arif would never forget, "My son, you are not poor because you have nothing. You are poor because you think you have nothing." Arif frowned. "What do you mean?" The old man pointed to his head and said, "Everything starts here. Change your thoughts, and life will follow." And then he walked away. That night, Arif couldn't sleep. Those words kept echoing in his mind. Change your thoughts, and life will follow. He looked at his broken bowl. All his life, he had waited for others to fill it. But what if he could fill it himself? The next morning, something unusual happened. For the first time, Arif didn't sit down to beg. Instead, he stood near the same corner, with a broom in his hand. People stared in shock. Arif, the beggar, cleaning the market. But Arif smiled and said, "No, not a beggar anymore, just trying to earn." At first, people laughed. Some said, "He won't last a day." But Arif kept going, sweeping the streets, helping shopkeepers, and refusing free coins. Every coin he earned with his own hands made him feel a little lighter, a little prouder. Days passed, then weeks. Arif began saving money. He bought small items, water bottles, biscuits, snacks, and started selling them near the bus stop. At first, no one noticed, but slowly, travelers began buying from him. One day, a man stopped and said, "You were the beggar, right? You've changed." Arif smiled gently and replied, "No, sir. I just changed my mindset." Years later, that same corner where Arif once sat with a begging bowl had become a small shop with a bright board that read, "Arif Smart, earned with honesty." People respected him. Children waved at him. And every evening, Arif would sit outside his shop, remembering the man who changed his life with one sentence. One day, a young beggar came to his shop, tired, hopeless, and hungry. The boy said, "Uncle, please give me some food." Arif gave him bread and water, then asked gently, "Why do you beg, my son?" The boy replied, "Because I'm poor." Arif smiled, placed his hand on the boy's shoulder, and repeated the same words he once heard. "No, you are not poor because you have nothing. You are poor because you think you have nothing." So remember this: life doesn't change when your situation changes. It changes when your thinking changes. The richest person in the world is not the one with the most money, but the one who believes he can create something from nothing. Your mindset is your foundation. Change it, and everything around you will begin to change too.